Alright bro, let's keep it real for a second. Masculinity today feels like a performance. You got your loud voices, your flexed muscles, alpha this, red pill that. You know, it's all about aggression, domination and control. There's strength, but there's no purpose. You know, and most dudes nowadays, right, are just copying what they see online on some loser's podcast on how to be a man and yada yada yada. The sort of stuff that gets thrown around nowadays, right, will make you look solid on the outside, don't get me wrong bro, but on the inside, you'll feel completely hollow. But alas, there is a book, a quiet book, that was written decades ago, and it completely redefined on what it means to be a man. To Kill a Mockingbird isn't a book on masculinity on the surface bro. There are no chapters on how to be a man or how to have the loudest voice in a room. It's a book on childhood, racism, and the truth. But hidden in the middle of it all is a dude who changed masculinity and manhood forever. His name is Atticus Finch. Now on the surface, Atticus isn't your typical alpha male bro. You know, he doesn't bench 225, train Muay Thai, or have 20 streams of passive income. He's a widowed father, a calm lawyer, a quiet presence. You know, he doesn't yell, he doesn't seek attention, he doesn't need to do any of that. Do you know why bro? Because when he speaks, people listen. But most importantly, when he acts with conviction. I want you to hear this quote from the book real quick bro, because it basically summarizes everything I'm trying to say. It goes, "Courage is not the man with the gun in his hand. It's knowing you licked before you begin, but you start anyway." That's it. I'm not trying to glaze, but that quote from Atticus right there summarizes what masculinity is all about. It's not posturing, it's not bravado, but rather moral steadiness. Now Atticus doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk as well. He takes on the case of Tom Robinson, a dude who has been falsely accused in a hella racist town. Now Atticus fully goes into this knowing he's gonna lose, but he does it anyway, and so when the entire town questions him, mocks him, and even threatens him for taking on Tom Robinson's case, the guy keeps his composure. He doesn't even flinch. He doesn't bark back. He just shows up again and again each and every day, doing what he has to do. Now you got the other side of masculinity in this book bro, by the name of Bob Ewell, or Ewell. I don't really know how you pronounce it, I can't lie, but you get the point. Bob is aggressive, Bob is abusive, he yells, he threatens, he plays the victim. But under it all bro, he is weak, he is fragile, he is full of fear. The contrast between Bob and Atticus is like night and day. Now back then, and even now to be honest, masculinity was always seen and portrayed as being physical. Manhood was all about fists and pow-pows and aggression. How much can you lift? How loud can you shout? How many people can you intimidate? These were very important things that back in the day determined your level of masculinity. And in all fairness bro, that makes sense in a world that was shaped by war, survival and hard labor. But To Kill a Mockingbird when it came out gave us a whole new definition on what masculinity could be. Suddenly, all that stuff that was previously overlooked, like the strength of your character or your moral compass, came into play. And honestly bro, that's what we need now more than ever. Because just like back then, the cycle is now repeated and we are now being sold shallow versions of what masculinity is supposed to be. All fluff, all style, but no substance. Impressionable dudes are being brainwashed into thinking that all that matters is being ripped, rich and ruthless. But deep down bro, even the guys who are spewing these beliefs and trying to trick you, they too are starving for character, for purpose. Atticus Finch, my goat, showed us that masculinity is not about controlling others, it's about mastering yourself. So bun the idea that you have to be the loudest guy in the room bro, or you have to be feared by everyone, that's just nonsense. So To Kill a Mockingbird is pretty sick bro. It didn't just redefine masculinity in fiction, it redefined it in life itself. So if you're tired of all the noise, if you're tired of trying to perform manhood instead of really living it, read this book and let Atticus show you what true masculinity is all about. But listen, I've said all I want to say, and you know what you need to do. So go and conquer the world, bro.